Well, this is the Green Machine. We are live from Lansdowne Road. Not much of a Lansdowne roar. Why do you think we'll hear that, Martin? The Lansdowne
Oh,
roar.
I think we'll hear it again pretty soon. I think times are changing, Dave.
I think so. Well, they are changing. They need to change. And maybe they're going to be changing off the pitch tonight after that result. It's finished Republic of Ireland 0, Greece 2. It was unlikely anyway, but that has now mathematically made qualification through the group completely impossible. Decent start by the Irish. If only somebody on this particular podcast said that Ireland would start very well, and it all sort of went to pot after that. Um, Ferguson hit the post, seemed okay, and then they got us with a gorgeous cross and a beautiful header, and then that was it. And then the sucker punch just before half time. I haven't even put the two on the board down the end. look as it goes past. Greece 0, Ireland 0. Greece. I mean, it's been that sort of performance. Of course, we're going to have a look at the group table now, Martin. We're going to get your thoughts on it. Stadium empty out very quickly, didn't it? Imagine that.
Yeah, it did. To be honest, it did, Dave. Yeah, good to be on the aftermath with you, Dave, this evening. Obviously, I wasn't at the game, but I watched it on RTE with their coverage, so giving that perspective. But it did seem to empty out quite quick, considering there was 41,000 there. Was there?
41,239 witnessed that absolute garbage. And here is the group table. France have qualified, I believe. That is the wrong one. Sorry. Here we go. France have qualified. They played 6 games, 18 points. Greece are hot on it. Well, I mean, France are anyway. They are still in the running. Greece are greedy actually because they've already got a playoff. But there you go. They've got 12 points. Holland lost in Amsterdam, actually at home to the French, where we will be going next month. But of course, they're on 9 points. We played 6 games, lost 5, 3 points, and we go to Gibraltar for the next one. Pretty depressing stuff. Before we have a little chat about it, just want to remind those lovely people that are watching there, see the comments coming in. Have your say. Tell us what you think. Is that the end for Stephen Kenny? Should he resign? Should they fire him? Who do you want in next? Tell us what you think. Get your comments in. I want to hear from you. Because that was pretty. I'm going to come out. I'm not going to lay too much in. I'm going to let you guys out there do the talking. Besides this good start, that was pretty pathetic, Martin, wasn't it? It was a very pathetic performance from the Republic of Ireland there.
Yeah, it started brightly as we thought they would do, Dave. Great chance. I mean, the first 5 minutes, I actually was thinking, I'll make some notes on this, to be honest, during the game. And you could see how physical the Greeks come out, smashed Josh Cullen really, really early, kind of setting the tone for how they were going to play. And they are very physical. And but we did quite well. And we had a good chance with Will Smallbone. And then the rebound fell to Scales, sadly, and he blazed over. And then a few minutes later, then it was the little bit of magic from Evan Ferguson, and they hit the post. But you could just see them getting into the game then. It was very much just similar to what it was against the Netherlands at home. We kind of had a go for the first 5-10 minutes. The other team then start getting their foothold into the game, managed the game very well, physical challenges. And it's like we ran out of steam and stopped playing a little bit. I mean, Ogbene got man of the match. He was our best player, to be honest, for the evening.
Yeah, Ronnie Whelan gave him that, didn't he? Don't worry, I had RT in my ear as well.
Oh, right, okay. But I mean, it was I thought he was our best player, but we just didn't get enough of our key players into the game. And I'll be honest with you, when you look at the end of the game, the tactical formation and where players are playing on that pitch, that for me is the indication of where it's all gone wrong. You didn't know where Evan Ferguson was playing. You didn't know where Jason Knight was playing. It was like the lads have kind of gone against what they've probably been coached or what the team has been set up to do, and just go and do what you want to do yourself. It was like schoolyard football. It was like schoolyard football days.
It's falling apart. Like it was fourth.
Yes,
he went with a 4-3-3. Had Alan Brown in midfield. He played Liam Scales, who Nick said in the WhatsApp group. Obviously, he's gone home. Said in the WhatsApp group beforehand, didn't he? Goes, why would you play him at left back? He's a left centre back. He's been playing left centre back all season at Celtic, but yet you're playing him as a left back. It doesn't make any, it's just a lot of that, just not making any sense whatsoever. And you're right. I mean, it was summed it up for me, right? I'm not playing everything on Shane Duffy. Shane Duffy had the ball here, just inside his own half. Matt Doherty, tons of space. He's going like that. Play it forward, and he hits it to his feet. Play in front of him.
Yeah.
It was just so cumbersome, lethargic. It was laborious. Any other word you can use to describe it. It was so bad. And yeah, I called it, didn't I? I thought we'd get it go. We almost did. Ferguson hit the outside of the post. I said, look, we'll start strong and we'll just fade away. And that's what we do, Martin, isn't it? That's what we have done under Stephen Kenny. We start strongly and we fade away. Game is 90 plus minutes. It's not 20 minutes. It's not 25 minutes. We can't defend. And just some of his selections are mental. Brings on Adam Ida. We've been 2-0 down since
5 minutes. Give him 5 minutes at the end and dropped Ferguson deeper. It's just
crazy stuff.
It's baffling now. It just really is. And even like I was thinking, like Ryan Manning's in there now, but Ryan Manning's not been good enough for several of his squads or match day squads. He's not picked him, and then he's now we can play him. Like Doherty again. You're persevering with someone who's just not sharp. They're not at it. They seem to moan a lot. To be fair, Shane Duffy, was one of our better players tonight.
He didn't have a bad. Right? To be fair, he didn't have a bad.
And he was trying to make things happen, and maybe that's a captaincy responsibility, kind of bringing in that extra kind of percentage or whatever it is. But he was really frustrated and trying to get things going. Now that's Shane Duffy, who 2-3 years ago we were thinking he's not going to have a part to play in this Stephen Kenny team. So that's where we are 3 years on. Shane Duffy's one of our better players still in this team. And you've got to, I know we've got Egan out, and I know O'Shea was there a doubt as well. But I just can't see the progress that's been made. That's a disappointment for me. And we've said it before. I think, even if you look at this game tonight, we were talking about Andrew Moran playing in the under 21s, and Stephen Kenny has made a big thing of I'm brought in and I fast tracked youth and brought in players who can play at this level, and they're going to be inexperienced, but we're going to give them that experience. They're going to be better. They're going to get there with it. I think he's just stopped that, and he should have had Andrew Moran into that team, I would say. Now, that's getting a bit carried away, to be honest, but there was no creativity there. I feel so sorry for Jason Knight. He gets thrown around right wing back, then he's midfield, then he's the front of the left. It's just no plan. And I think it's over now. I think
it's done. It's done.
Yeah, it's done. I can see them not making a wholesale change before we go over to Gibraltar. Unless we'll have to monitor things tonight.
Can we
Could he go? Could he step down? Do you think?
Do you know what? I think he should go with dignity. I think that would probably be a good way to go about it after tonight. It was poor. Look, let's be honest here. Greece aren't a fantastic side. They were quite sloppy in possession. They were just less sloppy than we were. At times, it was messy between the two of them. They couldn't string passes together. We couldn't string passes together. It wasn't if we were outclassed by a fantastic side. We were outsmarted in the first game, and we were just, there was just no life in the team. They just didn't look like they believed. And, you see, you have all this stuff in it, and it makes all the back page. Is it on here? Is it? No, it's not on this one here, the Star. It was on yesterday's Star. Doherty, the manager should get another contract and, all this, not being funny. Based on what? Based on what? We gave him time at the end of the first campaign. The World Cup, because the start. I don't care about the Luxembourg at home. We gave him a hiding away, and it looked like we were going somewhere. And then we kind of went back again with the Nations League, and then it looked like it was going somewhere. And then November, and it's this circle. I mean, we've lost 5 games now, and you know what? At the beginning, when people were saying that he's a worse manager than Steve Staunton, and we were like, go on out of that. You look at it now and you go, okay. I mean, Stan had a year, so you don't know what carnage there would have been after that. But this is just, we've lost 5 games.
And to be fair as well, Stan had some very good players still there, and I think it was...
He had players in a prime.
Some of the egos of those players, though, they were probably a bit too big for their boots in that squad with Stan, and he was too close to them, that he'd played with some of them, and it was hard to be their manager. Where I think here now it's a bit different. This isn't a growing team. I think we will see a team from this group. I think we can.
There's good players there.
Without doubt, a better manager, it will get more out of Evan Ferguson than he has in the last few games.
I don't want to hear the nonsense that we don't have the players. Do Albania have a better starting 11? I haven't looked at the Albania 11 starting up just off the top of my head. No, but with a good plan, good coaching, savvy coaching. I've always said about international football, 80% of it is just having a house in order. We don't have our house in order. We haven't had our house in order. It looked like we were getting there last year. It looked like we were making progress. It looked like we turned the corner. But we turned the corner and we turned again. We are going around in circles. There's no other way to describe it. And I'm sorry. I think Stephen Kenny is a decent man. He's a very nice man. He's a footballing man. And this is his dream job. But at the end of the day, it's not working. There's people here. Still 41,000 came out. I don't understand the comments on the Lansdowne Road page. We got your comments coming in there, by the way, folks. We haven't forgotten about you. We will get to you. And they're slagging off the Irish fans, that are here. Fans that aren't here are slagging off Irish fans that are here. At the end of the day, they've come, they've spent their money, and they're not getting the money's worth. They're getting a performance for too many times. We'll be getting a performance for like 15, 20 minutes. It's not enough. It's not good enough. We've lost 5 games. Ronnie Whelan turned around. You might think it's hyperbolic. He said on commentary, that's not a guaranteed win against Gibraltar in Faro. It's not. It's actually not, Martin.
No, it's not.
I mean, here it wasn't very good. We weren't looking good. We were 0-0 at half time at home to Gibraltar, and it was a mistake by the goalkeeper. And then we got another 2 after that. And sometimes that's what you need in football. That is not guaranteed.
You're not trying to back out this trip, are you, Dave, that you promised me, this trip in the sun. Look, we're going anyway, aren't we? Look, that's the problem. As Irish
we'll
fans,
be there, yeah.
We're there. That's it. You follow the team through thick and thin, failure and glory. We don't get a lot of glory at the moment, and good times will come again.
They will.
But look, the sad thing is, I think, for however well we played in the France home game, we lost 1-0 to the world champions, one of the best teams in the world, right?
Yeah, but
we lost.
I never bought into that. I never bought.
No, but it flattered to deceive a little bit there, and we had the late chance and stuff. But and we have had hidings off the top teams in the past as well. But I think it's just been against these teams that are perceived to be our level, we've actually struggled, and that's just the historic legacy of this tournament. We're like this qualification campaign under Kenny. Wherever he's working with them, it's just not working, and I think we want to hear now a little bit of not, the dressing room kind of, breaking out into kind of criticism of the manager, but we want to, I don't know, it's hard. Like Doherty's going to say, I can't believe Doherty said he deserves another contract because there hasn't been any sign of progress, and I don't think that should be, like the girls did, like the women's team did. They didn't really comment on the contracts. They said you got to just shut that down and say that's not for us.
Yeah, but
I'm quite happy. But I know he can't. Yeah, the men deal with it differently.
What's he going to say? I mean, what's Doherty going to say?
I mean, they're well shite anyway, these press conferences, aren't they, to be honest?
But what's Doherty going to say? Like, do you know what I mean? Oh, no, we shouldn't.
But they're terrible. These press conferences are crap. You know what you should do now, right? Because you're so outraged, and I'm just saying, the press conferences are rubbish. That no one answers questions. Get that lanyard, Dave, and fucking launch it. Launch it in disgust, Dave. Please answer in the comments. If you want Dave to launch his lanyard live, come on, get behind me here. You're still going to get your one for Tuesday. Don't worry.
I'm going to launch it. I'm going to launch it right there into my bag. That's my left. Absolutely not. You couldn't price it on my dead hand. Yeah, I mean, look, I'd be going to the. I'd be still going to these matches. I've got a season ticket, but I'm here with here doing the media, covering the game. I'd still be going. I mean, listen, I was here for the Nations League under Martin O'Neill. If I can survive that, I could survive anything. Right, we're going to move it on. In the comments, see your comments coming in. By the way, if you don't want, I'm seeing a lot. Kenny out. Fair enough. Who do you want in? Who do you want in?
Insight, please.
Yep, gives your insight.
Right. Bit more than just that.
Don't Kenny out. Who do you want in? Because this is the situation. Right, let's get through the comments here. Paddy Ward, Matt Doherty was awful. Should hang him his boots. Yeah, he hasn't had a good game for Ireland. Not since Farah when he played as left wing back, and that was about 2 years ago. Angus O'Leary, how you doing, Angus? Stephen Kenny should pack it in after the ninth game. He's lost the players and the fans. Hashtag Koi Big. Hashtag Ireland versus Greece. Not public. A new low. Considering so much hope is attached to the Kenny appointment, I think his reign has been the biggest disappointment in Irish football. Promised so much, delivered nothing. I think that's a fair comment there. Martin, we, for years we wanted a manager who's going to, take the shackles off the players, let them play a bit of ball. Looked like they were doing it for a bit. And then it's kind of, we're sort of Brian Keir territory now, aren't we?
I just don't think he's not the man for me anymore. That's the thing. And
No.
this is the first time you probably heard me say this. I don't believe he's going to be the one to do
Publicly,
it. I think
anyway.
it's just gone too long. No. I'm just Mr. Positive, as you know. But I think another manager comes in there, and I'm not saying I don't want Big Sam near this. I want a good manager coming in there, a good coach who's going to work with them. And I think the FAI have really got to go with this now. Yeah, look, that's what I'm calling for there. O'Shea.
Yeah, I was
just for I would happily have that on Monday. I'd let him have the next few games until they're recruiting. But we've got to get a better manager in there. I think the players can play this way and evolve this way, modern football. And we don't have to go back to the dark days of going long and stuff. Play players where they're going to be where they're playing for their clubs. Play them there. It's simple.
Football is a simple game sometimes. Don't want to go down the Robbie. Don't want to go down the Robbie Savage thing. Football's easy. No, it's a simple game sometimes. Put the square pegs in the square holes. It makes sense. All right, we'll move it on. Brandon,
sorry to interrupt there. Is that a ghost of John Motson behind you? He's got the Motty coat.
He does, doesn't he? Oh, Jesus.
Oh, shit.
Yep. Say nothing. Brandon Walsh. The FEI has to put Kenny out of his misery now. He looks like he's fit to burst into tears after the game. He's a broken man. Just relieve him of his duties now. Yeah, it's done. And I don't want to see it get nasty or personal towards him. He's a good footballing man, but it's just not for him anymore. Del Hart, how you doing, Del? This is worse than the Stan era. This is rock bottom for Irish football. Played 6, lost 5. Can't really say much more than that. Paul Coulton, how you doing, Paul? There's no point in giving him any more games. He's not going to get a new contract. We have an interim manager for the women's team. Why can't we have one for the men's? He's simply not good enough. I agree with that, but just to be devil's advocate, the FAI obviously didn't have to pay Vera because her contract ran out after the World Cup, and because we're still in with a shout for a playoff, we're still technically in, so they can't actually believe him, can they, Martin? Without paying compensation.
Technically, yeah. I'm obviously reading some bits and stuff, and someone's just tweeted this into our group and just said, if Greece beat Ireland tonight and France beat Netherlands, then Greece versus Netherlands is a draw or a Greek win. Am I right in thinking it would then become beneficial for Ireland to lose our game against Netherlands? And it could be, apparently, and that would help their chances. And someone just went, football's broken. And it's...
I actually...
I don't know if that's all true, but
I think that's a foregone conclusion in November anyway, Mark. I don't think there'll be any master plan. I think it's just going to happen regardless. Yeah, I think this is utterly ridiculous. They've overcomplicated it. Why do people overcomplicate football? Do you remember back in the day, just the top 2 went through? And then, obviously, when you had more teams, because the breakup of the Soviet Union, they had a playoff. Just leave it like that. Like, it's ridiculous. Mark Fitzpatrick, dead man walking, I believe. But Kenny, Paul Coulson again. This Irish media have to do their job. The only story in town is Stephen Kennedy having to resign and be sacked tonight. We cannot continue with this. He's totally out of his depth. Can't disagree. Not public. We should appoint ChatGPT as interim. Don't understand that. Cheap. And results couldn't be any worse. Who's ChatGPT, Martin? Am I missing something?
I don't know. Is that just I don't know. Is that
don't know. Not public.
Like an AI thing or something?
I
don't know. Is it like just...
We're old, not public. We don't get this new speak.
Yeah, we got beaten on the low block tonight.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, it's still 2. Is it 2 points for a win now? Is it? John Buckley. Unfortunately, the Kenny out brigade have been proven. I know, and that's the biggest pain in the arse as well. You're going to get them all going. Yeah, there's a difference between giving a man time and then calling it as it is. Then crying.
You gave him a chance. You had to give him a chance. He's had his chance. It's not worked, and we've said as well the legacy of Stephen Kenny's tenure as manager will be in a few years' time. You'll see that these players were fast-tracked. Bazuna will have maybe 70, 80 caps. Really, really vastly experienced, we would think. That will serve him well. And it will be because he was capped earlier and Stephen Kenny, and people will forget that. Yeah,
I mean, he has played his part. It's just gone on a bit too long. Kieran Boyle, how you doing? Kieran over in sunny Florida. How was that? Empty sold the stadium. No shirt sponsor. Shit story kit. Manager out of his dad. Back to Route 1. That's all we can ever get results from. Can't pass effectively or with pace. Christ, I can't speak. Lump it up and feed on the scraps. Oh, Jesus. Adam Kavanagh, poor. Doesn't take a top level coach to know how to set up against a team that rely entirely on the overlap. 100%, Adam. No plan. Just looked like we had absolutely no plan tonight. Sebastian Knowlton, how you doing, Sebastian? Kenny should move out of the country and change his name. The man shouldn't manage shouldn't McDonald manage a McDonald's after this. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Darrell O'Connor, dire, deflated. We don't deserve a playoff, even if that 2% chance came about. We'd make a show of ourselves. How is it impossible for us to play against similar opposition? With Premier League with Premier League quality players as well, I just don't get it. And they're playing regularly now, Martin, as well. Well, he's got players available to him that are playing regularly, i.e. Manning left wing as a left back. You've got Scales as left centre back. These lads are playing week in, week out.
Yeah.
There's no excuses there. And you actually went on that. I mean, did you hear the pre-match where I spoke about Kenny's notes and he went on about the Dutch game? He said that it was, I don't know if you heard this.
No.
He said that the game against Holland was, and this is a quote, of high tactical standard.
I mean, look, it's a little bit delusional now. I mean, look, again, I made the point about Duffy earlier being an important player in this team now. And Scales, it's his cap tonight, first cap for Ireland tonight. And I thought he'd done well, but that's only because he's been playing for Celtic and stuff. That's not from Stephen Kenny doing anything. Like, we've not trusted him before this. And that goes back to, it goes back to that Malta game where he was too afraid to be experimental then and cap some of these lads and make them feel part of it. And I think there is a little bit. And he was in that squad. Yeah, I think there's a little bit to this Schmodix thing of that, I think lads are coming into that squad and they're just not feeling part of it. And I think, the hype of Evan Ferguson's completely justified, I think, but we've got to start building it around him and getting players up with him and know that who's going to work off him with it.
It's got to be the
right, not Jason Knight. It should be either Mikey Johnson on the left or give Callum Robertson, go for it. Like, it's just too disjointed and players not knowing what they're doing and not experienced enough. And I know that's going to come, but it was just so frustrating with that, and look, it is the end. I just don't know the answer of who's going to come in. And I think, I think John O'Shea will, I know my thing as O'Shea. I think John O'Shea has done enough, I think is enough respect for John O'Shea and stuff. I don't think he'll be tarred with this campaign at all. It's nothing to do with him. He's just come in. I mean, he's assistant manager. Ronan Tilley, why keep this Muppet Kenny for a November friendly? New Zealand. It could be a farewell for Stephen Kenny and James McLean. Adam Kavanagh, Ferguson had to drop deep to try and get on the ball and get something going. Feel bad for Ferguson, like Benny Scales. They deserve better. That's true, isn't it? Ferguson should be a focal point. He shouldn't be getting deep, trying to get something going. And he almost did it, actually. Onto his left foot. Boom. Off the post. Kiss the post, as the RT commentator said. Carl Lawler, how you doing, Carl? Shocking result. Poor managed for the past 3 years. The girls on green would hammer that team. Don't put commercial ideas in the FAI's head.
Could you imagine?
That might sell out the stadium.
Owen Everett, how about this team for Gibraltar game? Yeah, it's not guaranteed. I'm not being hyperbolic here. That's not a guaranteed win because we weren't great against them at home. Not public. 500 grand per year. 500 grand. Apparently that's what Kenny's getting. Tony DCFC says shite. Tell us what you really think, Tony. Graham, lads, get him gone now. I don't have that power, Graham. Although there's a guy on the Facebook page thinks it's my fault that he's kept in the job somehow. Fred Cleary, how you doing, Fred? Don't let any management team on the plane to Faro. Don't deserve a sun holiday. Yeah, that's true. Martin and I could do it. Martin, we're there. We could run it. Get our PlayStations out.
It's just I'm just reading a couple of tweets here. Philip Quinn, a 15th defeat in 27 competitive games for the Republic of Ireland under Stephen Kenny. As the 2024 campaign, which never got going, with a humbling 2-0 home loss to Greece. The argument for change is irrefutable. Yeah,
I can't refute that. Stephen O'Rourke, it's time for change. This was result and embarrassing. No looking forward. Kenny needs to be a man and step down tonight. I think he should go on the sword personally. Tony, get him out to Feck. Not now. No, not tomorrow. No. Ballier, how you doing? Over 35s, Ballier. Muck, says he. That's Ballyfermot, I presume. I know it very well. I used to drink there on a Saturday night. Graham, Greece are a good outfit, but we were shocking. It was off from the start. Panic on the ball after 3 years. Very true, Graham. John Thomas Kavanagh, please can we look outside of the usual suspects? Look at what Pyatt is doing. Greece, first time.
King.
What, Robbie Keane? But he's not managing in Israel at the moment, is he?
Jesus.
Ronan Tilley, Kenny will say things are on the up as you beat Gibraltar 1-0 on Monday. No, that's not true. I don't think we're going to beat Gibraltar. Stephen O'Rourke, players have lost faith in the manager. It's showing the pitch. It's time now. Yeah, fair enough. Brian Ford, in the words of AFTV, Claude, it's time to go. Paul McClinchy, Jason Knight was for me head and shoulders the best Irish player tonight. He was busting a gut and I could sense his frustration. Others not pulling their weight around him.
Yeah, I'd give him a shout out. He's done very, very well actually. But he always does, and that's my thoughts on him. As I said, was we've been messing around with him for 2 years. We just don't know where we're going to play him. He's right wing back. He's got man of the match for Ireland. If you look back at Stephen Kenny, I think he's got man of the match twice. In 2 or 3 different, well, 3 times in about 3 different positions. So he's got the quality and his work rate's incredible. But he's just been messed around. So you've got to build your team around him a little bit, haven't you?
He's going to be one of those players, isn't he? He's a jack of all trades, and he's going to be very good at different positions, but not great in one because he won't be played in one. Owen Everett, how about this team for Gibraltar game? And he names the Irish team,
the Irish women's team.
Irish women's team. Jim McHugh. How many times are we going to say the same thing over and over? Same results. It's time for Kenny to step down and see if there's any talent on this team to be a competitive squad. Glenn Dowling, Kenny's a donkey way out of his step. Mike Bass will get results. With this team. Stephen O'Rourke, let's not go backwards anymore. Look forward, get a good manager in experience, and go from there. If I'm being honest, I think I was talking to Nick about this today. Got young Deaglin coming over here. Thank you very much, sir. Oh, you got that? That your one, is it? Oh, look at you. Sorry, just be given some programs.
Thanks for that. Thanks, Deaglin.
Thanks, Deaglin.
One to me.
Oh, good. Just like, do you want to say hello to the public? Good. That's his hand there.
Nice.
Nice one, Deaglin. Cheers, mate. Safe home. Look after yourself. See you later. Yeah, sorry about that. I just got my
seeing a fan with you, chatting to a fan.
Anything
good in the prog?
Well, of course, in this one, yes, there is. Where is it? The cat is in. There you go, in the Dutch.
That's the Dutch one. All right,
that's the Dutch. I've got my. Page 19, lads. If you're going home, you want a bit of cheering up. I write about the Bulgaria game. Anyway, we'll move it on. Paul Culleton, 5 wins out of 27 competitive matches. That's Stephen Kenny's record in 20, 21, 22, 23. He should have been sacked on several occasions. No other manager's been given that kind of time. And he's getting a free ride from the press in certain quarters. Graham Farrell, Kenny can go and ask me bollocks. Oh, God.
Oh, careful.
Yeah, and take
the language clean, lads.
Yeah. Let's not get too insulting, lads. I want you to say what you want, but let's keep respectful. And take Doherty with him. Playing a 4 when he hasn't played. I mean, great. I think Graham's a bit upset here. When he hasn't played a 4 in ages, is mad. What's he thinking? Benny playing wide right and leaving Ferguson isolated. We started well, but died after Ferguson hit the post. He won't step down. I can't believe I'd rather at this point have O'Neill and Keane back. That's how bad he's made us. There's no press. No direction. You can literally predict when teams are going to score. My Scottish girlfriend was almost and is sort of just gone there. Graham, obviously not happy. I mean, he does make some points. Obviously, we just have to be very careful what we say about some of the players. But in terms of being personal, but yeah, all of that, I agree with a fair whack of that. Damon says Kenny will not step down. Are you joking? Load of shite. We will lose the Dutch last game, and he's gone. Will he celebrate the goals for Gibraltar? Pathetic and has been for way too long. Kenny given easy ride with media and press. Fact. Michael O'Connor, get him out. He is not man for the job. Stephen O'Rourke, Kenny has tried his best, fair play to him, but now it's time to get a manager experience and not go backwards anymore. Declan Gallagher. Absolute rubbish. Kenny way out of step and should never have been appointed in the first place. Wouldn't get a job in League 2 in England. Glenn Dowling. Kenny's a donkey way out of step. Mike Bass would do a better job. Oh, it's gone. It's come in twice. Martin Shields, generally don't know where we go from now. John O'Shea is, Martin says. Graham, if you can't get a yes from Carsley tonight when someone rings him, go for Vladimir Petkovic, a load of international experience with the Swiss.
Just why I don't think that's going to happen is because we're skint, the FAI. They will want someone who comes in who's going to understand the kind of setup of Irish football. That's why we've got Mark Hannam as the kind of director of football or whatever his role is. And that's the danger as well, having Stephen Kenny involved in that. I think Stephen Kenny would be better suited for that in a way, advisory role and his passion for football is amazing, but I just don't think he can cut it as an international manager. That's been proven. I think he does have something to offer to Irish football, but I can't see anyone foreign coming into this setup unless it's a retiree kind of person, like we had with Trapp. I don't think we're going to do anything. They're trying to rebuild this now. I think the FAI, they've kind of settled that we're going to struggle to qualify for these tournaments. They're trying to build something and get it all going underage as well.
I was saying this to Nick earlier. If we're going to get somebody in, it's going to be somebody going to have to take a punt on. It's going to be an up-and-coming coach. It's going to be like a Carsley, and it's going to be a stepping stone. Like an Anthony Barry he's only been assistant wherever he's gone. I think it's at Bayern Munich now. It's going to be someone like that. It's not going to be a rock star manager and rock star wages. Just football's not like that anymore. You don't get away with it, and you don't have the money for it. It's going to be somebody to take a punt on, but you need somebody as the right-hand person to literally go, okay, we know you're going to go. If this goes well, you're going to get an offer in the championship or wherever, but this guy's going to step in, and we want that continuity. Basically, just the Liverpool way. Barcelona tried it.
I know what he's saying with that. Yeah, look, and I think there is justification. If you look at club football and club football, especially you've had all right, they're going into top level clubs where the structure's all right there and sorted. So when Zidane went in to Madrid, we knew he'd do a good job. Barcelona, you had people going in there and doing a good job. The structure's all in place. The background stuff's all there. And that sadly it's a little bit of a mess. But I think John O'Shea is definitely one I would think it has to be a conversation about. Now I know he's very inexperienced in international manager in management alone, but I think he does bring the experience and medals on the table kind of thing. I think he does bring that. Work with a lot of them under 21s. Really, really clever guy. I think it could be something that could look at, but he's very, very experienced as a coach, and that would be the question mark against him.
We're going to
can't see who else.
We're going to have to take a punt.
Look, it's been no different to him doing it, Kenny. Really, okay, he can say what he won and stuff, but his CV wasn't fantastic. It was just that he'd come through League of Ireland, and obviously he had a good record and Scotland won trophies and stuff.
Look, it's got to be
Duffer. There's another one.
I don't want you Chris Hughton's, nothing against them, but be just caveman football. None of that. The plan is a good plan. It's just the execution that's been poor, and we need to move this forward. We need to play good entertaining football. We do have a good team. We do have a very good team. It's just, look, you don't have to. It doesn't always have to be tippy tappy. You set out to play that way, but if the opportunity comes on and you got to hit it long, hit it long. If the long ball's on, the long ball's on. It's just that's good football. I mean, I can remember back when Johnny Giles and Eamon Dunphy, when I was Sweden against England, Euro 92, that's how far back I'm going here. And Graham Taylor was saying, Sweden played the long ball against us. Now we're playing long ball under Graham Taylor. Remember the POMO, the whole Lily Shoal thing? Yeah. Positions of maximum opportunity. That's the one. If the long ball's on, and that's what Johnny Giles was saying at the time, remember, the long ball's on, it's on. That's good football. It's not bad football. Liverpool will play long balls when it's on, but they'll also go through the middle if they have to. If it's on, just play the game as it is in front of you.
I think Kenny had brilliant coaches at times. Now, good coaches are really hard to come by, but we
Anthony
have
Barry,
had good coaches.
Never
and he was a massive loss. No, right? And that's where I'm saying we can have someone like John O'Shea as our manager, just for motivational and who he is and what he's done.
You can
and have a really good backroom staff with him, coaches. They're the ones who adapt in the game technically, tactically. They're the ones who do that. John O'Shea is just picking a team with the insight of that. Like for Man United, Ferguson, not a great coach, but he put himself around great coaches. McLaren, Carlos
that's what he did. Yeah, he managed to side,
these coaches made the difference, and that's what he trusted. I'll motivate you. I'll give you a bollocking, and you can't question me what I've won in the game. That was it with Ferguson.
No, I agree.
That's what can happen now.
Absolutely. Right, got to plow through these. There's loads of comments here, man. I'm going to plow through them, and I'm freezing, and I want a chipper.
I like your coat, though.
Very nice coat, isn't it?
Come on, Dave. Give us a Lansdowne roar.
Yeah. Rawr. Lansdowne, rawr. Right, Declan Finnegan. Technically, we are poor. They were far better than us in both games. How you doing, Declan? Jason Fitzsimmons, exactly. Followed team through thick and thin. Graham Farrell, I don't blame him for booing. €50 ticket to watch that bollocks. I said on my own page, I wouldn't be surprised if it's brought to get a result on Monday. We're fucked. We've hit rock bottom, as Diddy Hammond says. Don't be backing him to the hilt. He hated Neil Trapp. So did I. But he's taking the piss, surely. I do agree with that. A little bit on the old delusional from Dunphy. Kenny Delahunt, we want Kenny out. We want Kenny out. Darrell O'Connor, only reason Darty would give another contract is because he plays him for reasons we don't know what, like a ghost. And when he does touch the ball, very wasteful. Graham Farrell, launch it. Glenn Forbes. Oh, that's my. They want me to launch the. No. Yeah, no, I will. I'll launch it into the bag next to me, lads. Glenn Forbes, launch it, Dave. Declan Finnegan, no other manager that Stephen Kenny would pick. Other than Stephen Kenny would pick Doherty. Dave McGuinness, how you doing? What if so fascinating with so many Kenny eyes posting that 6 points was assured? What on earth were they basing that on? How deluded has certain sections of the fan base become? They're still defensive of him. It's nuts. Brandon Walsh, we have Serie A regular on the bench, Abiselli, but he keeps persisting with Doherty. Agreed. He wasn't starting the league match for 2 years. Plays night on the left wing and he's a centre mid. Scales centre back, starts at left back. The team selection tactics are shambles. Brandon, yeah, I'll have that. Anthony Doherty, it's not a matter of who's available anymore. It's who we can afford. That's true. Declan Finnegan, we had a better 11 on the bench tonight. I'll also go with that. How you doing, Colin? McSubney, forget Carsley. The first thing we need to do is get back to being a third seed. Maybe Duff with O'Shea might work. Glenn Forbes, I hate to suggest it, but do we contact Sam Allardyce for the remaining of the campaign? Is there a Sam Allardyce SPAC signal?
It's called a brown paper bag, allegedly.
Oh, it's called a bung. Daniel Calvin, allegedly. Daniel Calvin, has this team got better or worse under Kenny? It's receding. It's gone backwards. McGuinness, Newton with Stephen Reid and O'Shea's number 2s and our Duff. Reset and get results and plan for the future and keep the development plan going. You wouldn't get that with Newton, though. He's a certain style. People have to remember that with Newton. Newton did very well with Newcastle and Brighton, got him in, but got him into the league, into the Premier League, and then after that it went backwards and the football is dire. Graham Farrell, I don't want hoofball either, but fuck me, at least an intense press. Nobody closes a cross down. It's ridiculous. Very true. The aggression has been lacking. Nurek, geez, that was dire. On the strength of that performance, I wouldn't be 100% sure of beating Gibraltar Monday. Dave McGuinness, he looked very confused and stumped on the sideline. That's about Stephen Kenny. Carl Daly.
John O'Shea was up there at one stage, wasn't he? Rather than Stephen Kenny, just to say.
He did look a bit lost, didn't he? That was atrocious, says Carl Daly. Michael Quilty, Kenny looked like he knows his time is up at the final whistle. Even the match program did feel like a bit of a farewell. Just like thanking everybody. Brandon Walsh, we have a Serie A regular on the.
Oh, you've done that.
Yeah, we've done that. Well spotted. Carl Daly, thank Jace. We only have 24 hours to wait for a real life performance with pride for the shirts. Oh God, ropey crowd. Try and watch that. Graham Farrell, Stan Staunton, the Irish paper that begins with S. Slaughtered him as Kermit and Kenny gets away with this. Am I missing something? I wanted Kenny to succeed, but nah. Last orders have rang now. Graham Farrell, bluff. Brian Ford. Is it worth asking Jim Crawford to move up to senior team? The under 21s are doing well. No, I think keep him where he is. It's kind of funny, isn't it? If we had kept Stephen Kenny as under 21s manager for another bit, maybe would have been more, in hindsight, be more beneficial. Risk London. Evan Ferguson wasn't at his best tonight. Keogh was good again and deserved man of the match.
That's obviously not me. That's Cian. Hello, Cian.
Hello, Cian. Get your arse to bed, Cian. It's 10:30. Carl Daly commenting from a sunny Marabura in Sydney's East. Good man, Carl. So we have them from all over the place, from Florida and wonderful Sydney. Martin Shields, as a lifetime fan of the League of Ireland, really wanted Kenny to succeed, but it's just beyond painful now. Best part of the game was the Burger King before the game. No, I had a Burger King with my brother today, actually. Craig Farrell, Kenny Nomics is coming up on RT soon. Can't wait to hear this one. That's mine. Glenn Forrest with Next Generation against Minos. I'm sure Mighty Gibraltar fancying their chances. Dave McGuinness again. No legacy. Those players would still have happened under manager, postman. Yeah. Obafemi, Ida, Parrott got their caps of Mick, Ferguson, Bazunu, Ogbeni, etc. would still have happened. They were all in the FEI Elite program and already on the pathway. The pathway was long in the Lance before Kenny showed up. Not one player came into the team, though. Hey, that was not in part of that program. Those pathways were already in place. I agree there. Robbie Bonfield, it's sad, really, and you have to feel for the fans that have been going constantly to the games under Kenny. It's not good enough and not fair on the fans. They're all decent players. You just have no confidence in. Bring Neil Lennon in. Oh, Jesus. Oh, controversial. Blue and gold. Can you see Kenny getting a decent job after the on job? Maybe back to League of Ireland. Terrible manager. So Kenny out from the start. Dave McGuinness, Malta, Luxembourg, Azerbaijan, Greece. That's Kenny's legacy. And Newey Nurek, unless Karu Mitoma and Solly March are suddenly available for Ireland, I fear Evan Ferguson will struggle to score for Ireland. Interview on now, says Dave McGuinness. That's the tell us what he says.
Well, I did hear that Well, I just was looking at Twitter there, and someone said when Tony O'Donoghue is being nice to you, you know it's the end.
Fair.
So, yeah.
Cormac Prendergast is always next year. Adam Kavanagh, a solid proven championship manager is what we need for next campaign. Or to Russell Martin, anybody. Southampton manager, isn't he? Not public. Kenny just interviewed with 18 shots in the game, more shots than Greece in the night. Oh my God. Glenn Forbes, if you had tried that Agbeni chant, I suggested a few podcasts ago, this will never have happened. Let's try anything. Darrell O'Connor on the way back north side in the dark, dire, quiet atmosphere. Still looking forward to Faro. Hope whoever is in charge experiments and we still win. Keane, again, we played left wing and then centre mid, then right back.
He's on about Knight.
Yeah, I was thinking he's not on about Colin O'Dowd, is he? Glenn Forbes, great work, fellas. We got some comfort lemonades. Good stuff. The sun will shine us again. Thank you for your great work. Thank you very much, Glenn, for watching us. Graham Farrell, Kenny, with 18 shots and goal, we had better chance than Greece. You can't give them a 2-goal start. Is he for real? Oh, Jesus. Keith Malone, where's the leaders in the team? Darrell O'Connor, I've seen the article, v Bulgaria for 88. Going to have a read when I'm home. Good man, Darrell. Yes, it is worth the €7 alone. Graham Farrell, yeah, sorry about the robbery comment. Dave shouldn't have said that. Yeah, fair. I thought he'd be serious for a second, but robbery, what? Mine. Okay. People got to look at themselves for backing Kenny for so long. A complete mystery. This job. He got the job in the first place. Dave McGuinness, fans have a right to rant. 5 defeats when we've had the 5 defeats in the campaign. Graham Farrell again. Sorry about the R comment. I was way over the line. Good man. I get it. It's emotional. If he celebrates to go against Gibraltar, I'll go fucking banana, says Dave McGuinness. Aaron, break your heart. Johnson should have come on at half-time to at least give the fans a bit of hope. I agree. And Ida should have come on. He should have just completely gone for broke. Ronan Tilly, UEFA have mucked up tournaments so stupidly, easier to qualify, yet all we can do is muster a win over Gibraltar. Dave McGuinness, he wouldn't get a job in the top 5 tiers of English football. Yes, I said 5. Ooh, non-league as well. Not public. Kenny has also just mentioned lack of option and talent for selection. Had to pick young players who were out there. Oh, why? Why does he speak? Darrell O'Connor, like yourselves, backed him from the start, really wanted to work in the whole Kenny out from the start brigade. I hate the whole Kenny out from start brigade. At least we gave him a chance, and we'll always know. Top lad. Sad to see it didn't work. Dave McGuinness, no need to retain Kenny, as the admin and advisory roles in FA are filled up with people far better qualified.
Yeah, I understand that, David. Yeah, I do get that as well.
Yeah. Declan Finnegan, John Eustace is available. Jennifer Nee, just been at the game. It was the worst experience ever. It was bad, Jennifer. It was really flat. Dale O'Brien, come on, lads. Enough is enough. Kenny was out of step. We need someone with at least top football experience. Nick Menzies. I've a genuine love of Irish football my whole life and left the game early for the first time in my life. Never felt so flat and unenthusiastic about an Irish side, and I've seen some scutter. I can't believe us going out of the campaign so early and losing so many games in the campaign. This is rock bottom. Trump's stands reign. Yep. Dave McGuinness, Eustace is too highly rated and will jump as soon as club jobs come. As he did as an assistant. I do agree there. We are going to have somebody who's going to jump once it goes well, but that's why you have a continuity plan.
But that's why you can have someone like look, I know I keep saying John O'Shea, but it's that you think John O'Shea, that's the kind of future. That's what Germany did, didn't they, with Yogi Low years ago? And he was an unknown, like at that level. He was assistant for ages. He's kind of done it there. All right, might not have been a manager, but I know that's different caliber of players taking on. But that's where I can see it happening and bringing in and managing the coaches, and that's where you have your plan. Yeah. I really believe that could be the way to go. Affordable as well.
Yeah,
it could suit him.
Coaches, got to be coaches. Graham says, to be fair, lads, I take Pyatt. I am very impressed. I mean, mine, the Kenny Brigade, we're right. Yeah, but fair enough. But as I said, if you're saying before a ball is kicked, Dave McGuinness can see a few sudden knocks and withdrawals incoming. I mean, mine doesn't necessarily follow that a decorated player makes a successful manager. No,
it's an option. Yeah, it's an option, though, isn't it?
Graham Farrell, what's wrong with putting the ball in the damn box every once in a while? We got Ferguson, who's a big physical out of front, but he didn't get the ball once. I didn't get one ball. Graham, the timeline correlation with Anthony Barry loss ratio speaks volumes. I agree. We were very organised with him. Don't underestimate your backroom staff. Jennifer Nee, rubbish. It is the score that matters, not anything football. We're sliding down the rankings after the good work done by Jack. Everyone needs. Everyone needs to reality check. You play to your strengths. Where was the team tonight? Built around our best player, Ferguson. I mean, some good points there. Jude Clancy, how you doing, Jude? Fessy has been great the last couple of matches, loads of energy, but tonight when we need energy, he stays on the bench. He is a disaster in terms of Kenny. Jamie Cairns, how you doing, Jamie? Surely that's the manager's fault. The players are there. He's not getting the best out of anyone on the pitch. Some great attacking talent on the show tonight, but so organisation, no organisation or plan.
Sorry,
Catherine,
guessing.
no. Catherine Boland, team selection is shambles as always. Jude Clancy, I take Neil Warnock at this stage.
No,
I think he's off the Rangers, isn't he? Robert Duggan, how you doing, Robert? I'm seeing that there's still a very slim chance for a playoff. But if Greece qualify ahead of Netherlands, then it would be gone on us. So we could be going to Amsterdam knowing that a defeat would give us a playoff and a win would not say, oh no.
We'd fucking win that. We'd end up winning it. Only us would win it when we need to lose it.
Yeah, Greg Farrell watching the snapper to cheer me up. Ah, Jesus.
Good girl.
David McGuinness, he said it brought in 21 players. We had plenty of chances, and the usual did it. A few excuses about injuries and other players, the usual piffle. Yeah, it's Mark Hisadia. Pure dirt, Kenny may go. Absolutely no clues of manager. This isn't the League of Ireland. Niall Barrett, Kane debate has been over for a while. Yeah. So let's just drop it and think about who we can get us out of this mess. We do have the nucleus of a decent team. Agree. There, we're coming to the end of the comments there, finally. Jerry McNamee, this is the worst qualifying pre-Johnny Giles. At least we still have a nice holiday in Portugal. Bar Carsley, who would be your first choice replacement? Kevin McGuinness. I would give Anthony Barry a go, if I'm honest with you. And then have O'Shea as his right-hand man and see what happens there.
I'd bet the other way around, actually, but yeah.
O'Shea with Barry. Either way. Aidan Clark, time to give the kids a chance. Katie Milady, how you doing, Katie? Good to see you. Get fair in for the men. I'll tell you what, she'd rattle a few bloody cages. And Darren Sweeney, are you Kenny lovers finally coming down to earth? Been saying for too long, he not good enough. Good man, Darren.
Just a quick one. Jerry, hello. Thanks for watching this evening. I'll see you in Faro. That should be good. I'm still looking forward to it. Yeah, we're going to be over there, aren't we, Dave? I'm looking forward to that. We're going to travel anyway.
We're going to be there.
Meet the fans. I think what just interesting. I think there's a question to kind of put out there. I know we're not taking any more comments now, but we will be doing a preview coming up before that game, of course, and we're going to do it live, aren't we?
We're going to do a live from the poolside on the 5th, on the 15th.
But I'd be interested to see. If Kenny's still there, do you think the fans are still going to be behind him? Is it or are we going to go? Look, we're going to support the players and be a little bit kind of funny with Kenny. I don't know. Like the FAI, will they come out with anything?
When he got booed, I have it on. There was a mixture of boos. There was smattering of boos when his name was announced. When he played the Ricky Parsons Project music. By the way, that's the name of the music that they play. And Ricky Steamboat's music, by the way, back in 1987. Wrestling. Wow. You weren't cool enough to watch wrestling.
Do we think? Stephen Kenny's going to be in the press conferences now coming up and stuff. How are they going to handle that with the press and the players? If we see withdrawals from the squad, which could happen, that's a mark of where the dressing room is, I think. And
we'll see.
I think that will be something that's going to happen.
But they'd let him down. Let's be honest here, and I don't want to get into it because I am absolutely freezing, and I'm the only one left in the stadium. I am literally the only one. Oh no, there's a guy over there collecting rubbish. Let's be honest. The senior players have let him down from day one. I think they have, your Hendricks, your Harahans, your Colin McDowd's, Shane Duffy at times. He had a decent game tonight, Shane Duffy. He's been let down, I think. And he's put a lot of faith in a lot of these players, and they've let him down. Now, he hasn't helped himself. He's made some questionable decisions. But I just think he's... Yeah, and they're going to come out, and it's going to piss me off, right? When he's gone, you're going to hear the usual shite of... Oh, we let him down. We should have done better. You're going to hear that from all the players. Yeah, you have let him down. When you're seeing questionable mistakes, when you're seeing stupid things like tonight, when Doherty is in acres of space and you hit the ball to his feet instead of hitting out in front of him, basic schoolboy stuff. It's a shambles. It's very bad, lads. We're going to leave it. Listen, we're going to leave it there.
I do normally say keep the faith, but keep the faith in the team and following Ireland. I would say that, but I think the manager of the day's gone now. We've got games obviously to go forward to. We've got a trip to look forward to today. We can't be too depressed going on that. So people will get to meet us. We'll have a bit of fun over there. We'll get the thoughts of the fans hopefully live and have some chats with them. So yeah, if you are in Faro, do have a chat with us. You'll see Dave please comment and say what a fantastic article it was on page 19 of the program tonight.
Good man.
But
I'll
yeah,
even
we're
sign
really, really happy with that. And,
bring your programs to Faro, and I'll sign them for you. And it'll only cost you $5. Yeah. Come on. Just a couple of last comments there. Graham Farrell, not a fan of Vera. Sebastian Olta, Steamboat versus Flair, best match ever. Oh, for me, Bret Hart against Steve Austin, WrestleMania 13.
Jesus, wrestling.
Listen, if you can talk about GAA shite every now and again, Martin, I could talk about the WWF. Graham, I'll leave that one for the last one. David McGuinness, it's simple. What was said at the start, the middle, and now is accurate. He is out of step, was then, and is now. And the last one we're going to go with is Graham. Cheers for doing these, lads. We need discussion about the paywall. We will never have a paywall. We will never have a paywall here because...
Huh? What?
Yeah, we'll talk about it later, Martin. No,
we do this for love. We do it for love. That's why we do
love.
it. We're traveling to the game, aren't we? We're Irish fans, basically, and we
don't get paid.
A great idea to do this.
Yeah, we don't get paid.
Pay us in pints. Pay me in pints in Faro, and
pay me in water.
Dave water or coffee. And if he turns you down for a coffee or a water because he's got one, just get me another pint.
Probably cost you less out there in Portugal. Now, listen, we do this for the love of it, and just want to say thank you so much for your support. It's been fantastic. Thank you for supporting the Green Machine podcast. Thank you for supporting Lansdowne Road page as well. And listen, we're going to be over on Faro. If you see us around anyway, say hello. And it's been fantastic. And
don't stone us.
Please don't stone us. Yeah. We didn't want
you
Kenny.
Appointed Kenny.
Yeah, I got to see that. Fuck you. And Dave McGuinness, excellent content as always, fellas. Excellent coverage this week and
cheers,
tonight. Thank you very much, David. Listen, and Ronan Tilley does say Kenny team is worse than the Owen Hand team in the 80s. It was much tougher to qualify in the 80s, and he actually had a much better team, actually, Owen Hand. Listen, we are going to leave it there. Thank you very much. We will be in Faro. We'll let you guys know of the time. I do have that there, so I haven't cut the top bit out of that. Sunday the 15th, we will be in Faro poolside, and we want to hear from you guys. As always, we're going to leave it there. I need to go home because my lift, thanks Kenny, they've all abandoned me. Supposed to meet in the pub, but they've all fucked off. There you go. That's great, isn't it? I come all the way over here, Martin, and that's how they treat me. They're actually off to Faro in the morning. Jesus. They're going a day early, bastards. I'm back. We're back in London, and then we fly at the farm. But anyway, listen, guys, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure as always. Come on, you boys and green. And we'll see you on the next one, which is going to be a Monday. That's going to be interesting. Anyway, safe home. Good night. God bless. All right.